Hi, this is Dario Kerkez, Certified Financial Planner with IHT Wealth Management, and today we'll be talking about long-term care insurance. So as a certified financial planner, very often, and I would say in almost every instance when we are having a meeting with the clients that is age 60 plus, we are addressing a risk in that is called long-term care. So long-term care is a event that can occur to an individual with a prolonged and chronic condition that would actually make them consider certain institutions or facilities to help them with an ongoing care that they require in case they cannot perform some activities of daily living, such as an individual cannot transport themselves, cannot drive, cannot pay the bills. There's a cognitive impairments, meaning like an Alzheimer's disease, heavy cancer that requires a nursing home, or there's a stroke, or there's a hip injury, etc., etc. So we're talking about injuries or condition that's going to be prolonged for a prolonged time, and it's going to take a very bad toll on that individual's or their family's lives. So talking from my own experience, I have 3 out of 4 grandparents requiring care, and this topic is very dear to my heart for one simple reason. In most of the time, my mom was the one that was a care provider for both of her parents, and usually the time, energy, and money that needs to be spent in order to the care of the aging parent is just tremendous. So. Luckily, there's some solutions that exist in the financial markets, and that is a long-term care. So unfortunately, many seniors are thinking that the long-term care insurance is something that's going to be covered by Medicare or Medicare supplement or health insurance, etc. The reality is completely the opposite, because the long-term care is covered by Medicaid, but as a welfare after the individual depletes the assets. So that's completely out of question for people that were accumulating for some assets, want to pass some assets as a legacy to children or grandchildren. So they're either going to be the family money, or it's going to be family time and energy. So on the other side, we can transfer the risk to the insurance company as form of a long-term care insurance. So now the long-term care insurance works like this. You would basically purchase a type of a lump sum that is defined as a daily benefit multiplied by time. So let's say if you have a $200 daily benefit over 30 days, that's $6,000. Over a year, that's $70,000. Over 3 years, let's say that's $210,000. Now that will be the pool of money for your long-term care protection in case you cannot perform 2 out of 6 activities of daily living. So in case your primary care physician is confirming that you cannot perform 2 out of these 6 activities, let's say you cannot eat or transport yourself, then after 90 days of waiting, which usually is the time where the Medicare covers the first 90 to 100 days for the lower premium or copay, because you already are in Medicare or Medicare supplement after the age of 65. Then the long-term care would kick in after that time period and start paying the daily or monthly benefit to cover the cost. Now, the problem with the long-term care as an insurance, as an individual contract, it's subject to the medical underwriting. So what you got to do is you got to be medically approved, meaning being a good health, sound mind, and not having any chronic potentials or issues, because you're not going to get approved. So it's subject to the medical underwriting. So, and on the other sense, you can actually spend the money paying that premium, and then in case of a death, all the premium paid is lost. So a lot of clients find that disturbing, saying, you know what, I'm just going to spend a lot of money on the long-term care without utilizing it. Now, when you look at the premiums that were paid versus the benefit received, and statistics for utilization of that benefit is actually tremendously high. People do have a home insurance, car insurance, but very seldom people have a long-term care insurance insurance that is very needed and it has a high occurrence of happening. Let's say for the house, it's going to be, let's say, 1 in 1,000 that's going to be completely burned, or for the car, let's say 1 in 100. But for long-term care, for a for somebody that's age 65 and older, and during their lifetime, the statistics is 48%, which is almost 1 in 2 will require care at some point in their lifetime. So that is an issue we have to address, but also the best way would be to transfer the risk. So majority of people that do have some families and doing some legacy planning, we can actually incorporate long-term care as a rider to the death benefit on their life insurance contract. So that's called a hybrid type policy, where we can actually apply for, let's say, $500,000 on for the life insurance for somebody that's clearly younger, and insurable on a better rating class, let's say Standard Plus or Preferred or Elite. Preferably non-smoker, and then we can add a long-term care rider on the top of the life insurance, so we can have a $500,000 as long-term care benefit to actually pool during our lifetimes in case we need to utilize that as a care. And then what will happen, the death benefit will be going down dollar for dollar for every dollar we pulled out of there for long-term care, but that still is better than not having any insurance or any protection in place. So if you want more information about how this works in a more detail for your particular situation, please let us know. You can email us or give us a call. We take long-term care very seriously for the family and legacy planning, and usually is a concern number 1 or 2 for people that are either planning for retirement or they're already retired, in order to transfer the risk, because the cost number 1 is medical expense for the retirees, because in case you're going to be pulling the 401k money to pay for the long-term care bills, the benefit, you need to pull money that you have to pay 1099 income taxes, versus for life insurance or the long-term care, where the benefit is going to be payable as tax-free benefit to the family or individual. So definitely have that in mind. And so as part of your retirement planning, you need to incorporate risk management and long-term care planning in this picture. And in case you need any help with that, please do let us know. But definitely consider a long-term care plan in your financial planning. Have a great day.